The Fiend is here! The Fiend has struck again! It is Rosemary against Ronda Rousey in our main event. There's the count of 10, but they haven't finished yet. Rousey looking to take this backstage. It's Ronda Rousey who's been attacked. And it's Trifecta who's done that job. Rhea Ripley with a riptide. Rousey and Rosemary laid out. And no way out. Tessa Blanchard will put her Raw Women's title on the line against Rosemary and Ronda Rousey. Hello everyone and welcome to Monday Night Raw. The scenes already tell you a story here tonight. Rosemary out for revenge, out for blood as we get things going here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's going to be another big night of action for the Red Brand. There is plenty of great in-ring action to come our way, including a big contest here this evening between Cesaro and the Velveteen Dream for our main event of the evening. A must-win match for both men. That is not the only big thing to look forward to here tonight, though, as coming up later on this evening, there will be an interview between yours truly and Kyle O'Reilly, the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight title, who of course is on his way to that big match with Roman Reigns at No Way Out. That is all to come later on this evening, ladies and gentlemen. But as for right now, we are going to kick things off with women's division action. And let's be honest, the women's division for the last few weeks or so has been, without a doubt in my mind, the most talked about division on this show. The return of Rosemary, the return of Ronda Rousey, and the dominant champion at the top of the division in Tessa Blanchard and her dominant group in Trifecta. These last 2 weeks or so, it has really been at its boiling point. Last week, it really reached its peak. Rosemary and Ronda Rousey, the ring couldn't contain them, brawling to the backstage area where Trifecta was almost lying in wait, ready to pounce. It's as if once they realized the match had gone up to the ramp, it was going to go backstage, and they were going to strike one way or another in that moment. And it did. It did. The chair shot by Garrett on Rousey that led to the Omega Slam, and the riptide from Ripley on Rosemary, and that huge jaw-dropping announcement from Tessa Blanchard after both women were laid out that she would defend her Raw Women's title next Sunday at No Way Out against both women. That was huge. That was a huge reveal for us to take into account. But it is the reveal that we do indeed have, which blows me away, to be honest. I cannot wait for that match. Monday Night Raw, I have to be honest, I know they've had the most amount of time to get us ready and to have things maybe set in motion heading into No Way Out, but the chaos has really excited me. Not as a general manager, not as a, but as a fan. I am excited to watch Kyle O'Reilly and Roman Reigns, especially after that interview I had with Kyle O'Reilly that is coming up later on this evening. A lot of great things said by the #1 contender, but the Raw Women's Championship match as well. I mean, how many times can you say the word chaos? Or how many different variations are there for the word chaos? Because that is what it has been regarding the Raw Women's title. And I cannot wait for that triple threat match at No Way Out. Three completely different forces colliding, and with Rosemary already laying out Rhea Ripley backstage, getting revenge at the start of the evening, and this whole show to go, what the hell else is going to happen? Will Rosemary be able to get her hands on Tessa Blanchard here tonight? We will be finding out, that's for certain. But as for right now, we focus here in the ring on Bayley and Lacey Evans in one-on-one competition, focusing outside of our Raw Women's title match and maybe beyond it, heading into the new series of Universe, and of course, maybe heading into the Raw exclusive pay-per-view after Survivor Series. or Survivor Series itself. We really don't know the way that's going to go. Maybe we'll see the repeat of last year when Asuka, then Raw Women's Champion, met then SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Maybe we'll see the Raw Women's or SmackDown Women's title defended on that evening. Or maybe we are going to have to wait until the Raw Women's pay-per-view after No Way Out. Sorry, the next Raw exclusive pay-per-view after No Way Out to see that Raw Women's title defended again. Great move there by Lacey Evans. And she realizes that it could lead her to victory here. Covers made after it. Good 2 count on Bayley. Not an effective kick out. Bayley will be looking, of course, to rebound from her last in-ring competition that we saw her in a couple of weeks ago now against Jordynne Grace. Lost via a roll-up to 2019 Mae Young Classic winner. She will be looking for a big win here over Lacey Evans, who has been pretty strong in her own right, but she's yet to have what I would call that big win in the women's division. She's yet to beat someone of prominence in an effective fashion. She picked up a win over Ember Moon on Ember's debut on Monday Night Raw, but that was via a roll-up. Look out now, Bayley a long way away here. Big-time splash down on Lacey Evans. Outside leg is hooked, looking to put this contest away here. And Lacey Evans able to kick out at the count of 1. Chaos may reap our way throughout this show once again. And the Raw Women's division has already started strong, with Rhea Ripley being sent through a table, courtesy of Rosemary. That really tells a lot about the sick hive mind of Rosemary. She's not out for mind games anymore. She's not out for talking points. She is just out for a fight. She is out for blood, effectively. And she's already claimed it on 1/3 a trifecta. You got to think, if Ripley's in the building, surely Gabbett and Blanchard are here tonight as well. Shortened match card for you here as well, ladies and gentlemen. Only 4 matches, to come our way. Kyle O'Reilly interview was quite a lengthy one. And there were so many good talking points in that. Can't wait to bring you that one before the main event, focusing back on the match right now. Look at this. Cobra clutch crossface here from Lacey Evans. Similar to the Gargano escape in many ways. Locked in here on Bayley. She's close to the ropes. I think she's trying to kick for them, but she can't quite reach them. There's nothing to worry about. Bayley fighting her way out there. I think there's that thought process in the back of her mind that she doesn't want a repeat of a few weeks ago. She doesn't want to lose again. Especially when we are very close indeed to having a lot of those graduates, shall we say, those call-ups from the NXT Women's Division to Raw and SmackDown. Speaking of those NXT call-ups, before the show went on the air, Sting, Raw General Manager, told me that there's something to look forward to regarding them here this evening. I wonder what he means by that. Keeping all us general managers in the dark here, but Sting will be having something to say later on this evening about the NXT call-up, so I wonder what that'll be all about. Right now, though, we do focus back on this contest here. Lacey Evans stomping away and beating away on Bayley, trying to put her away, but not quite. It's a kick out at 2 there from Bayley once again. And look out now. Bayley in trouble. Suplex incoming from Lacey Evans. No, Bayley slips her way out. Great work there as well. Look at this now. Side headlock. Oh! Right hand in that side headlock as well. Nothing fancy about that one from Bayley. Straight down. Just almost a mean side of Bayley being illustrated there. Hard forearm in the face. Now what are we going to see here? Hot shotting her on that second rope. Bayley using whatever she can here to try and gain an advantage. Some underhanded tactics. Maybe that frustration is getting to her. That frustration that is engulfing the entirety of the Raw Women's division. That hatred as well. That's really shining through and is being personified in its best way possible by Rosemary and Ronda Rousey. What a catch there by Lacey Evans. What a power bomb. Stacks up Bayley. Ref into count. Is it all over here? The shoulders up in time. What a move though by Lacey Evans. Oh, here we go though. She's looking to give Bayley something to remember. Looking for the women's right. No one home. Bayley countered. Here we go. Bayley to belly. One opportunity. And Bayley is in. She strikes. She wins. Lacey Evans, one move short of what would have been an impactful win. But Bayley rebounding from her loss to Jordynne Grace some time ago. And getting that win under her belt. It won't be the biggest talking point regarding the women here tonight, I feel as if there's going to be so much more to talk about with them. But we kick things off there with a pretty good contest between both women. Bayley picking up the win. It's nice to have something in this women's division to talk about, other than the usual crowd. What goes around comes around in Trifecta's mind. Jazzy Gabba with a kendo stick to Rosemary first, and then sending that heavy production crate right into the ribs of Rosemary, taking her down once again. Oh, it is. I said there was going to be chaos, and I was right. Absolutely right. Moving on to this next contest of the evening here, though, folks. It's going to be Nick Jackson in one-on-one action against this man right here, Andrade Cien Almas. We heard from Zelina Vega last week, I believe it was, asking, almost demanding in many ways, for more opportunities for Andrade to shine, considering he hadn't had a match since that incredible no-holds-barred contest he had with Shinsuke Nakamura after the No Mercy pay-per-view. He was supposed to have a match 2 weeks ago. Certain Fiend arrived on that evening. He did so again last week as well, but Andrade has his chance here tonight. You've got to think, if you're Nick Jackson, you're going to be looking for a massive upset on one of the guys, on a guy with one of the highest, I'm not trying to say morale, but momentum. Momentum is building and building in Andrade, and you feel as if it's going to all emerge one day. It's going to rear its head, and it's going to turn him into a massive star on Monday Night Raw. You get that vibe from Andrade. You get that vibe from other guys as well, like Pete Dunne you get it from as well. But Andrade seems as if he's ready to act on it as soon as possible. This may not have been the kind of match that Zelina Vega was referring to, but it's the kind of match that Andrade has here. El Idolo is going to be looking to prove to everyone why he is one of the fastest rising stars, not only in this universe, but in Monday Night Raw. And proving why he is a surefire future candidate for a world heavyweight champion. Andrade hit the ground running here on Monday Night Raw. Remember, it was Andrade who effectively retired Christian at Great Balls of Fire. He was one move away, more or less, from being the United States champion at No Mercy. And then, a few weeks back, on Monday Night Raw, he went to the limit with Shinsuke Nakamura and picked up a massive win in that no-holds-barred contest. So what does the future hold for El Idolo? We've been seeing these last few weeks from Kenny Omega that he wants that opportunity again. He wants to go after Pete Dunne once more. He felt as if he was cheated out to the win by Andrade. He wants that singles match with Pete Dunne, but you got to think, is Andrade also in the talking points for a straight one-on-one contest as well? Dunne may want it more, good for him, but Andrade, you could say from the rankings, from the wins and losses, is the one who maybe deserves it more. Just my take on it, adding maybe some fuel to the fire. It's not my call, of course, it's the call of the Raw General Manager Sting, as Nick Jackson tries to pick up an early upset win there, dropping the big leg down on Andrade. Matt Jackson at ringside going to be cheering on Nick. Zelina Vega at ringside going to be directing the game plan towards Andrade. DDT connected with their kick out at the count of one, however. Nick Jackson just trying to keep Andrade in his place here, trying to make sure that Andrade isn't going to move before he tries to take a risk. But Andrade was moving out of the way of that one, moving out of the way of the splash. Ladies and gentlemen, we've already seen so much here tonight in terms of the dealings towards that Raw Women's title, as Nick Jackson gets the shoulder up early there from that incredible overhead suplex maneuver from Andrade. But Rhea Ripley put through a table, and then just when we thought it couldn't get any more chaotic, Jazzy Gabba sending one of those incredibly heavy production crates. You could hear from the thud of it there had to be something inside of it as well, whatever it may have been. Sent into Rosemary, toppled over it as well. Look out, swanton bomb here by Nick Jackson. Cover is made. Nick Jackson going to put away Andrade. Referee maybe taking a bit too long to start the count there, and that enabled Andrade to kick out in time. Nick Jackson almost scoring a massive upset win there. In the turnbuckle now, what are we going to see? Nothing. Andrade puts the stop to it. Big boot in the face. Hooks him in. Northern Light suplex. Seamless. Fluid. Andrade making it look like anyone could do it. That's what makes El Idolo such a star in so many ways. He is so seamless in that ring. Oh, Nick Jackson in a precarious predicament as he's about to get paintbrushed with a smack across the face by Andrade. If you want to remember that Andrade has no respect for anyone, there is your reminder. Look out here, powerbomb. Nick Jackson comes up at the counter. Sunset flip, catches him here. Is it game, set, and match on Andrade? No, the shot is up at 1. Nick Jackson trying to do all that he can, though, to bring about that upset. Schoolboy rolls him up, rolls him up. Rolls him up again. Is it all over here? Andrade kicks out at 1 again. Nick Jackson trying maybe more for desperation than what he is for an effective ending to this contest, but that doesn't stop one half of the Young Bucks from coming down with a big German suplex. Maybe not so much agile offense from Nick Jackson as we're used to in this matchup. Has seen that great swanton bomb being executed, however. Looked like he raked the eyes of Andrade in the corner there. Knee in the gut now. Puts Andrade almost dead center, middle of the ring to take flight again. A second swanton, but no one's home. Andrade moving out the way at near enough the last second and whipping the leg back of Nick Jackson. You can't help though as this match goes on though, but think about all that we've seen so far. If Rosemary and Trifecta have got to that much chaos tonight, what more could we be in for? Super kick, super kick. Could we be in for an upset? Oh, the shot is up at the count of 2. Nick Jackson almost had him there. Almost, but not quite. Top rope, he'll go again. 1 for 1 on top rope excursions. But Andrade slowly pouring himself up to his feet here. Nick Jackson, though, goes to the apron. He might be looking to pounce here on Andrade. He might be looking to strike. Oh, Andrade was playing possum. He knew when Nick Jackson was, and he struck at the perfect time. A big DDT comes down from Andrade. And that might not be the only DDT we're going to be seeing in this contest. Oh no, what are we going to see here from Andrade, however? Guillotine leg drop. Nick Jackson's throat coming down on that bottom rope there. And the heavy leg of Andrade coming down to the back of his head as well. Andrade, top rope, moonsault. And it seems as if ball game is on its way. Nick Jackson out on his feet. Hammerlock, DDT! Nick Jackson tried for the upset. He tried to get the big win. But in the end, Andrade prevails. Andrade does it again here on Monday Night Raw, and it leads back to the point that I was on about with the title match against Pete Dunne. Omega may want it more, but I would say Andrade is proving why he deserves it more. Is it going to be Andrade next in line for the Bruiserweight? We'll find out, but folks, I mentioned it earlier on this evening. Right now, we're going to take you backstage to the Raw General Manager Sting, who has an announcement to make regarding NXT call-ups. Sting quite eager to jump the gun, it seems. He is going to make a big debut here tonight from an NXT guy. And it's going to be against Aiden English as well, the Drama King, who all on his little lonesome after what we saw last week with the Fiend on Jack Gallagher. Aiden English stands alone. Who is he going to take? Well, I know whose team that is. That's an acquisition from Monday Night Raw. That is a man whose future is safe and sound. That is the flamboyant Juice Robinson from NXT to Monday Night Raw. Juice safe and secure and already getting the opportunity to make his way up from NXT to Monday Night Raw here tonight. What a chance this is for the flamboyant one. Juice Robinson being given a great opportunity from Sting here tonight to make his debut. That wasn't the only debut that Sting announced either, or signing rather than announced. He also mentioned it, Roppongi 3K on Monday Night Raw as well. Two signings, effectively, could call it three, already made from Sting. And we're still over a week out from NXT TakeOver The End. Juice Robinson looking to arrive with a bang here against Aiden English. You're Aiden English, you got to be thinking about what happened to you over these past few months. You had the stagehands, you had Damian Sandow, you had Jack Gallagher. Now all you've got left is Gallagher. Sandow's gone, the stagehands are gone, and Gallagher ain't even here tonight because of the attack from the Fiend last week. And that leaves him to the vices of the flamboyant Juice Robinson. Last time we saw Juice on NXT was in an incredibly competitive contest against Jay Lethal, one in which he ultimately came out on the losing side of things. But here we have it though, Juice Robinson no longer an NXT superstar, but for all the right reasons, as he now finds himself as a Monday Night Raw talent. Great acquisition by Sting, I must say. Now I know who beat me in the Juice Robinson bidding war. It was the Stinger himself. And Roppongi 3K as well, making the opportunity to move up to Monday Night Raw. Wonder when we'll see Show and Yo in action. As for right now, we're seeing Juice Robinson trying to put this contest away here against Aiden English. Big right hand there, counter made instead by Aiden English now, former United States Champion and World Tag Team Champion going to work. Rolling fine as carry sent on. Aiden English going to take things up to the top rope here. Will it pay off the way he wants it to? He too will be looking for an upset win here tonight and derail Juice Robinson's hype train before it even gets a chance to get started here. Oh, well, I don't think that's going to be happening. That was the hand I got from Juice Robinson. That's Aiden English practically out of it already. Juice Robinson soaking in the moment before he finishes it off. Soaking in his Monday Night Raw debut, his future, but he finishes off the present. Pulp friction from Juice Robinson. Leg is hooked. Welcome to Monday Night Raw, Juice Robinson. It is game, set, and match for Juice. He is your winner this evening. He has done it. Juice, welcome to Monday Night Raw. Let's hope you make the most of it. Rosemary is out for blood. It doesn't matter who gets in her way. Well, coming up for you right now, folks. Well, right now, I'll take you to an interview held earlier today with Kyle O'Reilly. Plenty was said from the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship, and we're about to find out just what he had to say. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest at this time, Kyle O'Reilly. Thank you for taking the time out for this. My first question for you is actually in regard to the champion. What do you make of Roman Reigns' recent comments about you? Now, I know you said this isn't a personal bout for you, but surely the event itself is. History shows that No Way Out is a lot of bad luck for Kyle O'Reilly. It was the event where Bobby Fish betrayed you. It was the event where you lost the WWE Championship to that same man. How do we know that heading into this time at No Way Out, things aren't going to repeat themselves again? And my final thing that I want to say is that if you've got anything you want to say towards any of your fans out there, towards the champion himself, now is the time to say it. The floor is yours. Thank you for taking your time out once again, Kyle O'Reilly. I wish you the best of luck at No Way Out. And I don't think I'm the only one around here who would love to see you be a world champion once again. A lot of passion from what Kyle O'Reilly had to say, but next week we'll have a lot of fighting from him as well, as he will go one-on-one against the winner of Cesaro and Velveteen Dream next week. That is a big match for the #1 contender, but he's not the only one in action out of those two men. Next week, the World Heavyweight Champion is here as well. Roman Reigns will go one-on-one with Samoa Joe. It is our main event for the final episode of Monday Night Raw this series, and it comes our way next week. But as for this evening, here tonight, it is time for our main event here. This match was already a must-win for both men, but now it just got amplified up a notch. It is time for the Velveteen Dream to go one-on-one against Cesaro. Velveteen Dream, who is still really looking for a big rebound, following up from his loss at SummerSlam to The Undertaker. He may well have got a win over Zack Ryder at No Mercy, but that was definitely not the kind of level of victory that DREAM was looking for. Now tonight he has an opportunity to get a big win against a big name in Monday Night Raw. Cesaro, of course, who tore the house down with Kyle O'Reilly at No Mercy on that very same evening. It has been rising back up the ranks from that evening on, and really is getting himself back in the talking points amongst the big names here on the red brand. That's why it's such an important win. Dream wants that rebound win. He wants that massive win. He wants to get himself back up into the same talking points as the likes of Kyle O'Reilly. And Cesaro, you almost feel as if he is that one big win away right now from achieving that. Velveteen Dream, of course, a former United States champion, has had a great 2019 on Raw, but would like to end it with a bang and would like to maybe end this Series of Universe as well, not only with a win over Cesaro, but with a win over Kyle O'Reilly next week. If he can make that happen, what a double whammy that would be for Velveteen. And it is all possible if he achieves victory in tonight's main event here. What an evening it has already been. What an interview that was as well with Kyle O'Reilly. You could feel, when you were in the room with him, you could feel the passion spilling from him. You could feel the kind of truths to everything he was saying, because he meant every bit of it. This is such an important match to him at No Way Out. Before he can make it to that arena, before he can make it to that venue that has haunted his career, he has to go through one of these two men next week. Could we have a No Mercy rematch on our hands? Could Cesaro be locking horns with Kyle O'Reilly again and be looking to flip around the result from No Mercy? Or will the Velveteen Dream be the one to go after O'Reilly? We're about to find out. This is a massive contest between two great athletes, well deserving of the main event. The women's division in absolute chaos once again here tonight. Rosemary back up on her feet, paroling around the backstage area, trying to get her hands maybe on Gavitt, Blanchard, Rousey, or anyone else who may well step in her way. But as for right now, it is time for the big main event here. We've had a lot to say about the backstage action, about the interview with O'Reilly as well, but now it's time to have a lot to say about our main event here this evening between two very successful athletes within this universe. Cesaro has already achieved so much success. Velveteen Dream is knocking on the door of it. Velveteen Dream is coming out of the gates here with some hard shots onto Cesaro early on here. Abdominal stretch being applied, trying to wear down the Swiss Superman. In the early process of this match, Cesaro has been picking up wins over the likes of Shelton Benjamin. 2 weeks ago it was Daniel Bryan. And right now he is looking for another big win over the Velveteen Dream. What a spike DDT from Dream, however. Try to put this main event over and done with as early as possible. Cesaro raises the shoulder up at the count of 2 there. No wonder now with that, what's been added to this contest, courtesy of the Raw General Manager Sting, does that make this match one that Kyle O'Reilly has very eager eyes on, and maybe even Roman Reigns. Look at the strength there from the Dream to pluck Cesaro out of the air and hoist him up into a suplex position. Who would have ever thought that someone like the Velveteen Dream could pull off such an emphatic maneuver? And he is oh so pleased about it as well. Confidence just oozing from Dream after that one. Cesaro back up to his feet here. Irish whip from the Dream now. Great scoop slam there. And once again goes back to wearing down Cesaro a little bit here. Has that taped up shoulder of his that he's wrenching on right now, along with the entire right arm of Cesaro, trying to take the fight out of it, trying to make it weak, trying to make it hard really for Cesaro to really fight on, to use a lot of his offense, and that uppercut as well. But Cesaro does indeed fight his way out there, sending Velveteen Dream head over heels. Nice right hand with that arm. Cesaro showing a Dream right now that there is plenty of fight still left in that arm, no matter what he tries to do. Uppercut sends Dream all over the shot, but oh, great counter to the German suplex there from the Dream. And he'll come back with a big right hand of his own. I would have thought he would have been knocked senseless following up from that. But the Velveteen Dream right back to fighting. And stun gunning Cesaro on that top rope there, double axe handle. Second rope from Dream, and he brings the forearm and the elbow down on Cesaro there. Look out now. Rainmaker DDT strikes again. Such a dangerous blow to endure because so much of your weight is coming down on your head and your neck. Your body weight essentially coming down on you, and the Velveteen Dream looking to end the contest right here, right now. Cover is made, but the shoulder's up in time. But still, it is Velveteen Dream in control here this evening. Cesaro not able to get out of the gates quite like the Velveteen Dream is able to. Dream, though, misses in the corner. Cesaro in here. Double under suplex. No, it's a big counter from the Dream to get himself out of trouble. Look at this now by the Dream, just going to work, doing what he must here. Camel clutch of sorts locked in. It looks a bit more lax than you'd expect from your typical camel clutch. The Velveteen Dream is just wearing down Cesaro the best he can right now, trying to just put the hurt on the Swiss Superman. But Cesaro breaking his way out of it there, doing what he needs to fight free. Big boot takes the Dream off his feet. And now, is this the comeback for Cesaro? Is this where he starts to fight back here? Big running uppercut in the corner. Dream taken off his feet. Cesaro back and fighting. You cannot count the heart of Cesaro. It is almost impossible to count the resiliency of this man out until the match has been finished off. Look out here, Cesaro trying to put things away there with that incredible overhead suplex. Dream counters and a backbreaker comes in on Cesaro now. These two guys, it seems if they've been studying the tape because they know how important this win is. The match was revealed to us last week on Raw, and they've had a week to prep for it. And they are showing that they've done their homework on one another. Able to get up the big counters when they need to, but Dream getting in more big counters, I think, than Cesaro has. Look out here from the second row. In comes Cesaro with a springboard uppercut there. And now Boston Crab locked in on the Dream here. Wrenching those legs back, trying to sit down on the back of Dream here, but Dream crawling. He sees the ropes in front of him. If Cesaro can sit down on the back, though, Dream's going nowhere. But Dream makes it to the ropes. What incredible heart and tenacity from the former United States champion there. Dream fights his way out. Big boot. And Cesaro comes off his feet. Cesaro may well have been knocked a bit senseless by it. Look at the way he's trying to reach around, trying to find the ropes there. Trying to find some sort of sense. Dream may have knocked him loopy. Big clothesline now. Dream takes him off his feet. And Dream again in the striking department seems to be raising one up here on Cesaro. Swiss Superman really struggling to find counters. In the corner now, Dream with the boot into the jaw, it seems, of Cesaro. And now a stomp into the chest of him as well. There is no sign that this is the same Velveteen Dream that was sulking around after his loss to The Undertaker at SummerSlam. This seems to be a new, focused, determined, invigorated Dream. And it seems to be a Dream that wants to put any kind of talk about that event to bed because he wants this big win here tonight over Cesaro. Cesaro, though, perches him up on that top turnbuckle. Dangerous place for the Dream to be. Dream counters. Nice back elbow on the top rope here. Crossbody from the Dream. Down at Cesaro. Cover is made here. Leg isn't hooked, but he's looking to put him away. Will it be? No. 2 count. Maybe not hooking the legs was what gifted Cesaro the chance to kick out. This main event, though, really starting to pick up between these two men now. They know what's at stake. They know what they need to do to achieve victory. Dream again breaking out the strike. Cesaro doesn't have a counter to them. Running splash in the corner from the Dream now. Second rope. Dream in. Elbow down again on the face of Cesaro. The more unresponsive Cesaro is to the moves of the Velveteen Dream, the less likely it is that Cesaro could leave with victory in this contest. Another neck breaker comes in from the Dream now. That neck, that head has taken a battering throughout this match. And the Dream adding insult to injury there with that leg drop. Look out now. Dream in position. Dream Valley driver. Dream Valley driver. Is it all she wrote for Cesaro? Leg is hooked. Counter 2 again. This match is certainly testing the resiliency of Cesaro. The Velveteen Dream has controlled this match, and now he looks to end it. Top rope, incoming purple rainmakers. No one's home. No one is home. Cesaro moved out of the way. Dream is in trouble now. Sharp shooter from Cesaro. Dream can see the ropes, but he can't crawl there. Cesaro planted too much to try and make those ropes. Dream with nowhere to go. Dream in deep trouble. Could Dream be done for here? Is there any way out of this? Yes! Incredible submission game from Cesaro, from Dream there to break out, and now a big back suplex comes down. I don't know how Dream fought back up to his feet. I would have thought he would have tapped out, but Dream's on the top rope. Purple Rainmaker from the Dream. 1, 2, 3, no! So close. So close for the Dream. And you can see the aggravation. He thought it was game over. He thought he had won. But not the case. Again, the Rainmaker DDT comes in. How much more has Cesaro got left in him? Is there any fight out? Or was that instinct alone that just kept the Swiss Superman in this? Velveteen Dream is no happy man, that's for certain. But Cesaro is still going. Samoan drop now from Cesaro. And there he is, proving that you can't discount the fight in this man. You can't just expect him to be finished off right then and there. He is superhuman in so many aspects, and he's illustrating it one more time here tonight. Gut-wrench superplex! What a main event! Cesaro was at the clutches of defeat, and now he can feel the brass ring of victory. Gut-wrench superplex, uppercut out of the chest, one move to go, hooks him in, neutralizer! A devastating maneuver into the mat. Velveteen Dream planted into it. Cesaro hooks the leg. Cesaro will face Kyle O'Reilly next week. He fought from behind when he thought victory was all but done for. When we thought the Dream had the win in the bag, Cesaro buckled up, toughened up, and won it. He neutralized the Dream here tonight. He will go into next week. He will go one-on-one against Kyle O'Reilly in a rematch from No Mercy. O'Reilly and Cesaro next week. Joe and Reigns, Monday Night Raw, closing out with a huge show for us. And it hasn't ended! And it hasn't ended! Backstage, Rosemary with Jazzy Gambit on his shoulders. Powerbomb! Jazzy Gambit assaulted by Rosemary. Rosemary getting revenge on Gambit here. Look out! We're waiting on Gambit! Turnabout is fair play once again. Oh my God! Blanchett with a steel chair. Blanchett assaulting Rosemary with a chair now. What goes around comes around once more. Blanchett stands tall, but I'm told we're not done backstage. Rousey with her hands on Blanchett. All of Trifecta is out. Rosemary is out, and that leaves Blanchett alone with Rousey. Next Sunday, it is all gonna fall apart for the Raw Women's title. Once more, the chaos, the calamity ends things on Raw.